Today, we stand at a point where the human population has reached a peak in its numbers, where the number of humans here today standing on Earth has never been quite so high. However, unfortunately, yes, it does quite cause a big amount of matter, a big issue, and that's called overpopulation. So before we continue, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day I wish to my fellow judges and my fellow listeners, no matter where you are. My name is SYAHMI bin NASIRUDDIN, a representative of Sekolah Sains Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, here to participate in the Borneo International Innovation Competition as we highlight together and very unmentioned yet a crucial issue, which is overpopulation. Thus, I present to you our group's poster titled "The Population Resource at its Breaking Point." So it starts off at the big question: overpopulation. What exactly is it? So, overpopulation refers to the situation in which the Earth cannot regenerate the resources used by the world's population each year. To put it simply, we are using more than what the planet, the producers, can give us, the consumers. Hence, it is due to this, the fact that the Earth is unable to supply the amount of supplies that the humans need today, we are suffering from a bunch of turbulent effects. Let's start off with environmental degradation, where the environment is deteriorating due to our needs of and to supply and really feed the entire human population, which is growing day by day, year by year. Next, the lack of resources causes an increased cost when it comes to daily life. Food prices are rising, medicine costs are rising. Why? It's due to the fact that the resources that we need is lacking and causes high demand from the entire population. Which leads to the next point, because when we struggle to find the resources and the high demand, economies across the world are fighting to get the same thing, and which causes an issue where some amounts of the population, some parts of the society are unable to get and share the same thing, even a healthy home, which leads to poverty. We can see how all these issues relate, where due to the lack of resources, the growing amount of consumers, which is us humans, has caused a lot of major problems, which we still have yet to find a solution. Now let's take a look at the causes of overpopulation specifically. Why is the human population growing so fast compared to the years before this? Well, first of all, the first factor is falling mortality rate. What we mean by that is that today, more people are being born than the more people that are dying. And the amount of infants today in this generation actually live longer than the infants before. And people have a longer lifespan compared to the previous generations, which could be considered due to better medicine, hygiene, and technology. Well, how about the next factor? The low use of contraception as a means to overcome this issue. The rates of fertility and overpopulation. Well, in today's world, families across the globe, while most having a reasonable amount of children, there are still a high number of families that also harbor quite an alarming number of children, and we need to alert this on a higher level when we understand that most or half of pregnancies today actually come by unplanned without proper family planning. This also concerns the use of birth control amongst females, where most women today do not resort to birth control due to factors such as religion, culture, or even the lack of options to do so. And lastly, a significant yet still undershadowed issue is the lack of education amongst the female population today, where millions of girls are not in school. The lack of education has caused a high chance of early marriages and early harbor of children.
To sum up, overpopulation is a major global issue caused by longer lifespan, limited access to birth control, and lack of female education. It leads to serious problems like pollution, high living costs, and poverty. Cities like Manila and Dhaka shows the real-life impact: overcrowding, slums, and struggling infrastructures. But with better education, healthcare, and planning, we can slow population growth and create a more sustainable future for everyone.